What's up, guys? It's your boy New Support coming at y'all with a Celestial Healer Guide video for beginners. Before we get started, I need y'all to hit that like, comment, and subscribe to be part of the noob gang. Alright, and let's get started. Let's start by going into our gear and white mods to show y'all what we got going on here. Here we go. So we got replenishing for our hands to get back more power. I know a lot of people don't use it, but it's important. We got Rav to get some of our power back. We got replenishing. We got Divine Light, which is important later. We got Reserve Tank to have more power to use. We got Retribution, you know, your main heal, so you need that. We got Explosive Block. It helps. Some people think it don't. Some people do. I like having it. Like, you know, give them back off you a little bit. In our hands, we got Empowered Channeling because that's important for Divine Light, which is what we're using for artifacts. I don't have powerful artifacts. These are some of the ones that I'm using. I'm starting to gear up. You know, I'm a casual player myself, so this is what I got. This is my stats that I have. You know, this is what I work with. I'm able to complete all the content in the game with the stats that I have, so you know it's good enough. Here go the mods that I have. I'm still working on upgrading those. You know, hopefully you have better. This is what I have. Now let's go over to the powers so we can go over that. Game, work with me. You get there a little faster. Here we go. Anonymous, this is our heal. We have Renewal, Blessing, Virtuous Light, which was Divine Light, Consume Soul, into Guardian's Light. Anonymous is our main 3-person heal, and we clip that into Blight by whole tap melee, whole range, which is very important. It's our main heal. And then we have Renewal, which is our main heal. And then we have Consume Soul, which is very important. Divine Light, which is our main charge up heal, but you can also replace that with Sacrifice, or you can also replace that with Curse Idol. Some people like Curse Idol. I like Curse Idol. I like Sacrifice, but I think for beginners it's more important to have Divine Light. But Anonymous is your best bet when you're working on starting to learn the game and starting to load Celestial. So Divine Light and Renewal is like your, you know, your oh shit button is your Divine Light. Renewal is good for the tank, good for you, for somebody dying, and Blessing is a good shield, and Virtuous Light is a good burst heal. It got a heal over time. Heal over time not that strong, but it's very important to have. But again, it's up to you if you want to replace any of the things you have here for anything that you know you might need. I think this loadout is good for beginners, so you don't have to work too much on worrying about supercharge. You have this whenever you need it. And let's go into feats, and I can show you what I got working in the feats. Here we go. We're in hybrid for the 5% resto, especially for new players. Got that. You know, we got our critical chance healing, our critical magnitude healing. Those are very important. You need those. The rest of our points go into resto. Now, I have 170 skill points. I know a lot of people have more, but I'm just a casual player. And for beginners, your most important thing is critical healing magnitude and critical healing chance. You need those. Whatever amount of skill points you got, put into those before you put anything else. The rest into resto. Dom, if you have it, I don't have enough to put into Dom because I'm still working on my resto. But you know, work your skill points up at your own pace. Don't rush through it unless you want to grind for it. You know, I don't like grinding for it because, you know, it makes it boring to me. But to everybody else, you know, go grind for your skill points if you think it helps. Now, I'm going to give y'all a little small demonstration of how I run it. And I'm going to give y'all a better demonstration after this. First thing I do is consume souls to get some heal over time going while I'm going to my combo of Anonymous into Blight. Now, you don't have to do it this way. This is the way that I do it to ensure that I have some type of heals going out as I'm playing. Then I go straight to Anonymous, and that's your main heal over time. You want to have that up at all times. Then I clip back into Consume Soul. And that's how I run my main two heals. Those heals are the heals you're going to see that I always have out, but I always do Consume Soul first. And then I go into Anonymous. And then I keep that going. Now you can clip it like that if you want. I always clip it like that, but I always use Consume Soul first, and then I use it again. It might be a little power hungry, but at least you don't have people dying as you're doing your combo. And then I'll do Blessing into Virtuous Light as like my burst heal. That's like my oh shit moment when they're taking damage. I do Blessing into Virtuous Light just for the fact of protecting some people while I'm getting a good burst and heal with time going. And Divine Light is your last resort. Guardian's Light is your last resort. That's what I always use that last when I know Virtuous Light and Blessing is on cooldown, just so I can have that extra healing. And I always try to refresh Consume Soul. That's pretty much the way I play Celeste. I have no problems, and it's good for beginners, especially beginners who don't really have their grasp on healing yet and on celestial healing. And that's pretty much what I'll do. And from here we're gonna go straight into a quick review with some enemies to see what we got going on. Alright guys, we're back. Now let's go and find some enemies, and let's start going through some of these powers. Come on, take some damage. Come on, try to kill me. Try to kill me. Come on. So let's show you how the healing is with Anonymous first and Consume Soul. And that's pretty much how I do it. Consume Soul first into Anonymous, and then I do a weapon hit. I do two. By the time I've done the second weapon hit, it's ready to reapply. And that's pretty much how I time and keep it up, to keep my Anonymous up at all times. And you know, you don't have to do the weapon hit. I do it to help out with the power. You know, less strain on the troll, and it keeps me powered up because I got replenishing on my weapons. Get power back because the healing one is really doesn't heal enough. So I'd rather just do my powers. And as you see, I'm spamming it right now, and it's not really using that much power. So you shouldn't really have power issues unless you're just non-stop not doing anything. But my weapon attack is helping rebuild up some of that power that I'm actually missing. Let me take some more damage so I can show y'all some other things. Come on, worry about me. Stop worrying about them. Come on. Hit me. Hit me. Okay, I guess we gotta go find another enemy. Here we go.
Please,
where are y'all
don't
at?
take my soul.
Ah, you. Come on, finish hitting me. Come on. Let's see if you can kill me. Come on, demon. Ah, another one. Here we go. Now we gonna take some damage. And we're about to test out our bursts to see how much health they actually give us. Now when you see a team about to die, what you want to do is hit Blessing first. First was like almost my full health bar. So going in there, and then you go straight into your main healing combo, which is Anonymous. It's a Blight with Consume Soul. And you see how my health come back. Trust in your heal over times. Heal over times are strong for a Celeste. You know they're not super fast like nature, but they're strong. So trust in your heal over times. Don't just spam and use everything on your loadout bar and you have no power and everything is on cooldown. Just space them out. Then it's also a little trick that I like to do, which is dynamish and to renewal, and oh, too many buttons. Novice into Renewal, which is a good burst for when you have 2 to 3 people health down and you don't want to use Virtuous Light or Guardian Light because there's really no point using a lot of power up. So that's my little trick thing that I like to do, and I like to just spam those. Those don't really use no power to do, and then the cooldown for it is a lot shorter than the cooldown that you would have on, let's say, Virtuous Light and Divine and Guardian's Light. Now, looking at it, see how those are still on cooldown? What do you do when your team starts taking damage? I would start spamming and hitting my 2 combos there. And you see how they really don't take nothing. The cooldown's really not that bad. Those are pretty much what you want to do in between of that. And it's a good way to start getting into doing some real good healing. And you can also do it into Blessing. And you can do it into Blessing and start using Consume Soul. That's another way of doing it. But I'd rather do Amish into Renewal because I feel like that's a way better heal. And that's pretty much it. I have a demonstration of me solo healing coming up, and catch on to the next one.
Coming on the baseline, yeah, I go crazy. Supposed to get hurt. Time to spill, you little